Tony LA, 31, businessman. He owns hotels, no kids, never married. What kind of woman you like, Tony?
Be anything, but I love black.
Oh, you like black girls?
I love some chocolate, some Nutella.
Woo! Chocolate Nutella, he said. Should she make a certain amount of money?
If she don't have money, is no problem. I have money.
Woo! You talking the ladies' language, Tony. All right, Tony, this thing is, the next part is called the Kendra cam. That's when you stand up and I see your full body. We got you. Woo! All right, Tony. Okay. Ah! Ah! What? Oh, Tony the Tiger. Tony the Tiger. What? Last time you had a girlfriend?
Before an hour ago,
You broke up with your girl an hour ago?
look, she meant we couple. She thought, but for me, no. I told her, you see your job, I see my job, and yes, we split up.
Wait a minute. So it was a girl that thought you guys were in a relationship, but you didn't think y'all were in a relationship.
She thought we in a relationship, but we never been.
Okay, so now, when's the last time you had sex? You don't have to answer.
Today,
Okay, so the woman who thought you was her man, you slept with her today.
yes, she was.
And then after sex, you educated her that you actually are not her man.
Yeah, because she was not my type.
What was wrong with her, Tony?
She wanted me to buy her a Ferrari. I told her I want to buy you Lamborghini. She said, no, I want Ferrari. Okay, I said, you're not my type because my girl have to have a Lamborghini, not a Ferrari, because I own Lamborghini for myself. So when I go on the road, I want my girlfriend to have a Lamborghini, same car as me. So I don't like Ferrari. That's all.
Is this a for real statement or are you just trolling me?
People know me. I never lie.
Okay, you know what? TikTok, I'm always new. So I've literally, I want people to know, this is me and Tony's first time ever meeting. This is my first conversation. Someone in the comments says that you're worth $350 million.
Not exactly that one, but yeah.
Somewhere around that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. And why would a woman be lucky to be with you other than the fact that you're worth $300 million?
So what was the question again?
Why would a woman be lucky to be with you?
Why not? Who wouldn't be happy to be with me? I have money. I respect girls. I send her shopping. I make her shopping. Louis V, Miu Miu, Hermes, Chanel, Prada, Dolce Gabbana, Gucci, Louis V, Gabi. Everything. What she need. She want a car. I bought all the cars except Ferrari. She want money. I give her money. She want money for her family. Yes, I can give her money. But she never cheat on me. If she cheat on me, I get back all the things that I gave to her.
Okay, ladies, here he is, Tony. You can search him by name.
If you watch that video, and it is funny because Will had the right reaction, right? I'm sure that Will kind of looked at this guy as like essentially a cornball, very the leading with your money type, you know. What most people would consider like that is supposed to give people the ick, right? Yeah, but that wasn't his results. He got thousands of DMs from women throwing themselves at him. And so what that told me is that yeah, having money is always infinitely better than having game or riz. It's gonna always yield better results. Now, for the long term, maybe not, because everybody's still in it for the money. But if you're there for a long time, a good time, not a long time, you can ride that gravy train forever.
Seen Casino before?
Nah.
I personally think that money is essential, but I would encourage a man to be able to converse with women more so than have money, because that money will attract that woman, but you're not going to be able to keep a woman with money alone that genuinely wants to be with you. If you can talk to her, if your mouth game is right, if you could whisper those sweet nothings in her ear, so to speak, that woman will be with you for the rest of her life. She'll find a way to make ends meet, go without. And I don't have a problem. Like I said last time, Sweeney, I think your money is a proposition that you use. You use your money to help lure a woman in. And women shouldn't feel bad by going to be with a man because he got money. That should be a value proposition. You shouldn't want a man to be broke. You should want him to have his money intact. But that can't be your sole reason for being there. If that's your sole reason for being there, then you are morally flawed. But that video, that dude, I mean, I can't imagine being worth $300,000 and going on a Kendra G show. If the only way I can end up on Kendra G show, I have to be in the middle of nowhere, that there's literally no women in my zip code to end up on Kendra G show. I don't understand this long distance mentality of, yo, I'm willing to have these problems with someone who lives in a different state. Because we act like the relationship is better if you find somebody living in a different state. Don't that just add another layer of problems? People love problems in their relationship. They like, let me put as many problems and conflict in this situation as possible. Now that I can't ever see you, you always have to be available when I call you. What you mean you're not going to answer my FaceTime call? I want to see you. I ain't got time to be answering your damn FaceTime call. That Pop the Balloon show, stupid. Kendra G show, stupid. Sorry to be hating on their shows on your show, JR, but yeah, all them shows are stupid.
I like Pop the Balloon. Me and my wife watch it together. It's a decent show. It's entertaining. Shout out to Arlette and them. Maybe one day they'll come on the show and have us on there. Well, not have us on there, but so the reason I asked you about Casino, Sweeney, was in that movie, dude was a multi-millionaire mob boss with all the power, and his woman did not want him because it wasn't enough. She was taking his money and giving it to this other dude. I think his name was Lester. And they was chasing him around, trying to kill him, all type of shit. If you have, like, anybody can pay a prostitute, or you can entice somebody with some money, but eventually it runs the cycle of you being used, and nothing is as good as when you first got it. And if you got a lot of that same thing, like your first pair of Jordans, they special. But once you get to 200, 300 Jordans, they kind of just shoes to you at that point. And when what'd you say?
No, go ahead, bro. I'll respond after you're done.
Okay. And I think that's why people would be like, the person changed up when you purchased them. Because after they get used to a certain living standard, it's not as special as when they hadn't experienced it. It's almost expected. And it doesn't hit the same way anymore. Then they start looking at who you are as a person. And if you say you don't got no game, no riz, or not able to communicate within a relationship, you'll find yourself running into a wall and being like, I don't know what's wrong with these women. I give them everything, and I can never get what I want back in return. But it's because you're not able to establish a connection that transcends just the finances. So when I think about game, it's not just walking up to a chick and hollering at her. It includes the ability to communicate, keep her engaged within a relationship, so y'all connection can consistently be there. It also runs directly parallel with intimacy, because if you can't do the communication aspect, it's really hard to get intimacy to make the relationship work. Because especially with women, like I know with us, we'll see an ass walk by, get on hard, when we want to fuck. With them, sometimes it's a whole lot more intimacy. It's throughout the day, the conversation, or just the connection that you build on her.
So I think I understand what you're saying, right? And that's why I said, if you're there for a good time, not a long time, right? Obviously, this is not a long-term solution. Having money is not always, well, for the most part, it can be, because you can still buy somebody to do what you want them to do for the most part. If you got enough bread, you can make somebody do what you need them to do, and they acquiesce to it because they want the money. But when you're talking about just, and the thing is like, this ain't even a situation where you have to lead with money and say, I got X, Y, Z. If you walk in and you look like money, and people, and all you have to do is not fuck it up with your mouth, that's still, you know what I mean? Like, you still can yield the same results in a short-term situation. And then, even then, we're not talking about a dude that's completely inept at communication. He, for the most part, knows how to talk to people, but he doesn't have like game. You know what I mean? Because we all know that game and just basic communication is two totally different spectrums. Money grants you access to a lot of things that game doesn't necessarily get you there. Money opens up a lot more doors that game may not necessarily get you there. We know plenty of dudes that ain't got no game, but if you say I got $350 million, there's dudes out there that got all the game in the world and they ain't have thousands of women in their inbox saying, hey, what's going on? How are you doing?
Yeah, I think if you go on the show with like the dudes that go on the show, that like, you remember that dude Terrence? He was real small and he couldn't ever get anybody to date him. The women was flooding his inbox. I think however you present yourself is I'm thinking about the balloon, excuse me. But I think however you present yourself is what's going to be able to maintain the attraction. And I think we take for granted the amount of single women there are in the world right now. So I don't think 1,000 DMs is far-fetched for a man that they deem worthy on any category, whether it's just him having 350 million or they just vibe. Like on the latest show, they had a dude come out there. He didn't talk about his money, but the way he carried himself and the way he spoke with all those women, I'm sure his DM gonna be flooded if him and that other girl break up. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't put money on Front Street at all.